Well, hi there, everybody, and welcome back. Before we get going here, we're going to take a quick look at the standings. This is going to be a real test of my ability to do this in post-production because, as I explained before, it's not very easy to find this in OOTP. So before this game, the Dodgers here in the National League with a 40-19 record have a 5.5 game lead over us. Mets and the Giants are tied 5.5 games behind Los Angeles. We have a 30-20 record, so we're only 50 games into it. The Giants 34-24. That means we have a whole bunch of doubleheaders coming up our way. In the American League, the Minnesota Twins have a 7-game lead over the Cleveland Indians. This is where you can hear all the boo birds coming out saying the 1962 Minnesota Twins. Yeah, this is one of those things that OOTP has some struggles with from time to time. Remember, this is with not real-life lineups, but with real-life transactions and the as-played schedule turned on. And so it's a little bit odd that you would see such a discrepancy between this and real life. The Baltimore Orioles at 22-31 is also a little bit of a surprise. Detroit Tigers, so I think we're in second in real life, are 24-27. The Yankees at 24-25 are kind of struggling. And so there we have it for that. We come back here to the game. It'll be Dick Ellsworth on the mound here for the Cubs. He'll go up against Bruce Berenyi. Ellsworth is 5-6 with an ERA of 5. And he's pitching here now to Lenny Dykstra, leading things off as we go through this roller coaster ride. Sometimes I like it. That particular one I didn't, and there was a ball inside to Lenny, 1-0. Next pitch is swung on, fouled over to the left side. 1-1 now the count. Dykstra, one of the leading hitters in the National League, is hitting .347 with 36 stolen bases. And that's hit over to the left side, and that's going to be that will bounce off of Santo, and that's going to be an error. Dykstra safe at first, and he goes and chats with Ernie Banks briefly. Up comes Mookie Wilson, and you know what time it is. Throw to first, he's back in time. And there nope, he doesn't go. That was a ball low and inside, so 1-0 the count now on Mookie. There's another one in there for a strike, and it's a good throw by Bertel. He throws out Dykstra, so, you know, it happens every once in a while. And just like that, there is one away. And Wilson's still up there now with a 1-1 count. Next pitch into Mookie is low for a ball, 2-1. That's hit over to center field. That's going to fall in front of the center fielder for a base hit. So Don Landrum unable to catch that, and up now comes Keith Hernandez. Wilson also a threat to steal, and there's a ball outside, 1-0 to Keith, and there goes Mookie, and he's got that one stolen by a mile. Man, easy for Wilson. He gets his 15th stolen base, and so the Mets continue to run. Hernandez now with a 2-0 count. Takes ball 3 low, it's 3-0. And there's a sinker for a strike, 3-1. Fouled over to the left side. It's a full count now on Keith. That one hung up there for a while, and that's off Banks' glove. That's going to be an error on Ernie Banks. So 2 errors in this inning on the Cubs, and that'll bring up Darryl Strawberry. Fast runners on both first and second. I suppose Mookie didn't go to third. That's a little bit odd because I thought that he did at first. We go here to replay the play-by-play, and you can see Wilson going to third and the replay, and then he's back at second base. So please tell me how that works. All of you who are defending OOTP, why is that the case? I'm telling you, there are problems with this game engine. I see people talking about this, the replayers are not fair to it. What was that? Runners on first and second. And there's a foul ball by Strawberry. It's 0-1. And that's a blast over to the right side, and that's foul. Hold on for a second. I'm going to be right back. There we go. Sorry about that pause. Nothing was missed. I had to go turn the fan off in the kitchen. So it's a 1-2 count now on Strawberry, and he's going to swing away. Ground ball up the middle. It's a good play there by the second baseman. Who is that out there? Gramis, and he throws to first, and it's a poor throw to Andre Rogers, and that will load the bases. 3 errors in the inning on the Cubs. Curiouser and curiouser. Here now is Gary Carter. Takes the ball outside. 1-0 on Gary. That's swung on, fouled to the left side. He was a little bit over anxious, and it's a 1-1 count. There's a strike down the heart of the plate, 1-2. And that's low. 2-2 the count on Gary. Hit over to the right side. That's going to hold up. Good catch there by Altman, and he threw in to prevent Wilson from scoring. So 2 away, and up comes Ray Knight. Knight takes the changeup low, hitting 288 with 20 RBIs. And hits this over to center. That's going to be caught, I believe, and it will, there by Landrum. And that does it for the top of the first inning. So nothing across for the Mets. And we go to the bottom of the first inning. Here now is Don Landrum, who's hitting leadoff up against Bruce Berenyi, who's 1-2. Landrum fouls the first pitch off. 6.48 the ERA for Berenyi. This might be a rough one. There's a fastball, swing and a miss. It's 0-2. And that slider's low. 1-2 the count. Low again, 2-2. Curve misses inside. It's a full count now on Landrum. And there's ball 4. So Berenyi had him 0-2. Or 1-2, one of the two. And he ends up losing him. Up now Billy Williams. You ever notice that there's a ball low to Williams, that the computer manager never goes into double play depth in OOTP? Curve is inside, 2-0. I've never seen it happen. Inside again, 3-0. And there's ball 4 outside, so Berenyi decides to nibble at everybody, and it's costing him. That brings up George Altman. And this might be a long game. Swing and a miss by Altman, 0-1. And there's a ball low, 1-1. Fly ball to right. Strawberry, though, there for the out. Makes the catch. Landrum tags at second, goes to third. There's no throw. And so now runners on at the corners for Ernie Banks. We go into double play depth again. There's a ball low, 1-0. Hit to right. Darryl will not get there in time. 1-1 now the count. Ground ball over to short. Throw to second for 1. They go on to first for the double play. So the Mets get out of that one. It's no score here going to the top of the second inning. Up comes Rafael Santana. He takes the ball low and strike, 0-1. That's a strange call. And there's a ball high, 1-1. That ball was way low and inside. First one. Sinker misses low, and that one looked better than the one called a strike. 2-1 the count. And that's called a strike, a little bit low. Now they're going to say that he swung, so 2-2 the count. And that's low over ball 3. Full count now on Santana. He hits this over to left. That's going to be playable. Easy play there for Williams. There's one away. Up comes Tim Tuffle. Santana is dropped below the 200 mark. Tuffle fouls one away, 0-1. He's hitting 197. There's a ball low, 1-1. That's low and outside. 2-1 the count on Tuffle. There's ball 3, 3-1. That's outside. No, they call that a strike. Where was that pitch? So full count now on Tuffle. Blast to the left, but Williams is fast and has that for the out. 2 away, and here comes Bruce Berenyi. Bruce takes the ball high. If I remember right, he was the one who had surgery in '85. 1-1 the count on him. He hasn't pitched well so far. That's tall and high. 2-1. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Bad as he pitches, he hits even worse. There's a ball inside. It's a full count. We only start him because we have to. Aguilera is tired, and there's strike 3, and he takes that looking. So we go now to the bottom of the second inning. There's no score. Berenyi has walked 2, struck out none, and he throws a ball low there to Dick Bertel, 1-0. There's a strike in the inside corner. It's 1-1. Ground ball over to second. Easy play there for Tuffle. Throws to first. 1 away. Andre Rogers up there now. Swing and a miss, so 1-1. Another swing and a miss, 0-2.
Strike 3.
And there's strike 3 called, so Berenyi gets his first strikeout. That was looking. 2 away, and here comes Santo. Takes a strike in the outside corner. It's hit to the left field line, but foul, 0-2. That misses just high, 1-2 now the count. Swing and a miss. Down goes Santo. I tell you, I criticize Berenyi, and he throws well. We go to the top of the third inning. It's no score. So it'll be Lenny Dykstra here leading this off. And that's a ball low and outside. 1-0 is the count to Dykstra. Dykstra reached base on an error. That's what I was going to say was crazy about this. The Cubs had 3 errors in the first inning, and the Mets couldn't score. There's another ball low, 2-0. So a bizarre first inning. Swing and a miss, 2-1. When's the last time you heard of 3 errors in an inning and the other team didn't score? 3-1 pitch. He's going to take this one, and that's ball 4 low. So Dykstra reaches base again. You know what time it is. And Wilson, first pitch swing, hits that deep to center. That's going to be off the wall. It's played out there by Landrum. He throws in. Dykstra's made it to third, though, and Wilson pulls up with a stand-up double. Sometimes OOTP looks good, and that play-by-play looked absolutely beautiful in the engine. Sometimes you have players going to third and then going back to second. Here comes Keith Hernandez with 2 in scoring position. He fouls one away, 0-1. Hernandez is driven in 45, hitting 351. Swing and a miss way behind that sinker, 0-2. And he times this one right. Ground ball to Banks, who just goes to the bag. Dykstra scores. It's 1-0 Mets. Wilson goes to third. Here comes Strawberry with 1 away. And Darrell takes a sinker low, 1-0. He's struck out 67 times this season. Swing and a miss. It's 1-1. Swing and a miss. He was way late on that. 1-2. And that's low. 2-2 on Darrell. That's blasted up the middle for a base hit. So Strawberry gets the RBI. 2-0 Mets. Big single for Strawberry. And here comes Gary Carter. Throw to first. Strawberry's not going anywhere, but now he does. And it's another good throw by Bertel, and he throws out his second base runner of the game. So the Mets have spoiled 2 base runners. Perfectly good ones, I might add. And there's a sinker low to Carter. It's 1-1. Inside. 2-1 now on Gary. It's blasted foul. 2-2 now the count. Fouled away. Remains 2-2. And this is hit over to center. It's going to be easily playable there for Landrum, so that'll do it. So the Mets wind up with nothing there at top of the third inning. We go to the bottom of the third. It's still it's 2-0 now Mets. Instead, the Mets wind up with nothing. We had 2 runs, but aside from that, here's a ball low to Gramis, and this is hit fouled on the right field line. Is 1-1. There's ball 2 wide, 2-1 the count. That's hit over to left. That's going to land in front of Wilson for a base hit. So good job by Gramis getting the first base hit off of Berenyi, and that brings up Dick Ellsworth, the pitcher. And so now you have to have the infield in because the computer always bunts. And it's kind of a bunt, and it's going to be a base hit, I think. Now it's a good play by Knight, throws to first. And so it does count as a sacrifice bunt. That was more of a swing than a bunt. Doesn't matter. It looks the same in the box score. Here comes Landrum with a runner in scoring position. That's low and outside, 1-0. Hit over to left. Wilson is going to play this on the bounce. That's another base hit. So another line drive single to left field. And that'll bring up Billy Williams. Runners on at first and third with 1 out. We'll go into double play depth and hope for a ground ball. And there's a pitch high and outside. And a strike finally, 1-1. That's low, 2-1. Berenyi's all over the place. Ground ball over to second. Tough with a good play on that, but throws to second, or to Santana, the shortstop. Santana ends up dropping that, so he's going to pick up the air, and it's now a 2-1 lead for the Mets. That brings up George Altman, who's leading the National League in hitting at 364, and he pops it up. Good pitch by Berenyi. Great Knight, the third baseman, grabs that for the out, and there's 2 away. Now here comes Ernie Banks, the other man to worry about, hitting only 269. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1. And that fastball is low. 1-1 the count. There's a strike on the outside corner. 1-2. That's hit deep to left. Back goes Wilson. Does he have room? He does not. It's home run number 11 for Banks. That'll bring up Dick Bertel, a number 5 hitter. Where was that pitch, Bruce? That was right down the heart of the plate is where it was. Nothing on it. And he throws a fastball low here to Bertel. I can't do anything. I can't make any transactions. This is fouled away. It's 1-1. I'd like to buy a new pitcher, thank you. Fouled away again, 1-2. That's it, foul to the right side. Remains 1-2. I'd rather start Aguilera, but he was tired because he had to come in the other game for Sid Fernandez. 2-2 now the count. Ground ball to second, and Tuffle fields that and throws to first, and that does it. So we go now to the top of the 4th inning. But the Cubs came away with 4 there in the bottom of the 3rd. It's a 4-2 lead. Here comes Ray Knight. And that's a line to the left side for a base hit, so Knight gets a single. I've said this before and I'll say it again. The funny thing about the Mets here is that the big weakness has been pitching of all things. You think it would be our hitting. No, it's the pitching. That's a bunt down the left side, and that stays fair, though it was clearly foul on the display. So a few more errors, but that's what we wanted Santana to do. He bunted Knight over to second, and that'll bring up Tim Tuffle. Tuffle's hitting 194. I'm tempted to start Wally Backman against lefties the way Tuffle's been hitting. 0-1 the count. That's hit over to center. That's going to hold up. Landrum makes the catch. And there's no chance for anything to happen. 2 away, and here comes the pitcher, Berenyi. We'll stay in this game because we have nobody to come in for him. He swings and misses at that changeup and then takes one high and inside. 1-1. That's low. 2-1 on Bruce. And there's a strike. It's 2-2. Blasted foul right side. 2-2 it remains. And there's a swing and a miss. I don't feel too bad about that. Berenyi was never going to be able to time that. That was a very good off-speed pitch. And so we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's still 4-2 Cubs. Let's see if Bruce can hold him a little bit longer. First ball swinging there by Andre Rogers. He fouls that away 0-1. Rogers had a grand slam the other game, if you didn't see that. Fouled away 0-2. That was the first game of the doubleheader. And when I was talking about that I got the dates wrong, I think it was saying June 10th. It was actually June 8th, because this game is June 9th. There is another doubleheader on the 10th. And Berenyi has a good curveball there, and that had him off balance. Swing and miss for the strikeout. That's Bruce's third. 1 away. Here comes Santa. Fouled away by Ron. 0-1. So Berenyi now with an ERA of 5.4. He's given up 4 and 3 and a third. Now 3 and 2/3 as Strawberry catches that fly ball in right. 2 away. He's given up 4 runs, and his ERA went down. That tells you how it's been going. Gramus up, takes the ball low. And there's a strike. 1-1. That's powered over to the alley, right center field. Strawberry running over, makes a diving catch, and what a play by Darryl Strawberry for the out. We'll go to the top of the 5th inning, and it's a 4-1 lead still for the Cubs. Up comes Lenny Dykstra. Dykstra has scored a run. He takes a strike to the knees, walked once, and reached a board on an error. That's low and away. 1-1 on Lenny. Low again, 2-1. Blasted to left, but that is foul. 2-2. That's low, full count now to Dykstra. Just fouls that away. Count remains full. That's hit to left field. That's going to be in there for a base hit. Line drive base hit by Dykstra. He's now 1 for 2, and that'll bring up Wilson. And I'm not exactly sure I know what just happened. All right, there was a ball on Wilson, and Dykstra was thrown out trying to steal. There's a fly ball to left field. Williams has that 2 away. So once again, we had a little bit of skipping going on. This has been a problem with OOTP. 2 away, here's Hernandez. I've mentioned this before. I think next time I do a big OOTP project, which will be longer than this, I think we're going to experiment probably with the webcast game, because his animations have so many bugs. Fouled away by Keith, and there's a ball up and inside. 1-1. Swing and a miss is 1-2. And I mean, the key is to get the presentation right. That's down and in, 2-2. But when you're missing like pitches and plays, it's a problem. It really is a problem, and it needs to be fixed. 2-2 still. We've seen that almost every game. Blasted to right field, but it's just allowed out. Altman has that for the 3rd out. We'll go now to the bottom of the 5th inning. Cubs 4, Mets 2. Here is Dick Ellsworth, the pitcher. He takes a strike to the knees, 0-1. So Berenyi's calmed down. He's only given up 3 hits, swing and a miss, 0-2. There was an error in there, and that 3rd inning that hurt him as well, and there's strike 3. So that's the 4th strikeout for Berenyi. He gets rid of Ellsworth, 1 away. Here's Don Landrum. That's a strike to Landrum, 0-1. Swing and a miss, it's 0-2. Berenyi's looking good all of a sudden. And that fastball just low. That should have been strike 3 called. And there's a swing and a miss. So Berenyi now struck out 5. You talk about inconsistent. All of a sudden, he's pitching like Roger Clemens. Swing and a miss by Billy Williams, 0-1. Swing and a miss again, 0-2. And that's low, 1-2 now the count. Inside, 2-2. Just fouled away, 2-2 it remains. It's hit over to left field, and that's going to be a foul ball. It remains 2-2. That's fouled away, 2-2 still. Foul the way, there's no play for the catcher, so it remains 2-2. Ground ball to second, Tuffle fields that, throws to first. Inning over, we'll go to the top of the 6th inning now. And it's still a 4-2 lead for the Cubs, and they put in a new pitcher, Bob Anderson, so I guess there may have been a pinch hitter there that I missed. I'm not sure I understand this strategy. The OOTP computer manager is worse definitely than the Dynamite computer manager, I'll tell you that, no question. Bob Anderson throws a ball inside to Strawberry 1-0, because this one makes no sense. There's another ball high 2-0. You've given up 5 hits top of the 6th, 1962, and you're replacing him? Makes no sense. Ground ball back to Anderson, who throws to first, 1 away. There's Gary Carter. Another thing I want to sort of keep in mind, we'll see what happens as Carter takes a ball low, because we're playing the whole season. We'll see what complete games and all that stuff looks like when we're done. There's a ball inside 2-0. I'm taking notes on this because when I do a full project with OOTP, I need to know what I need to do and how I need to be involved. Swing and a miss, it's 2-1. If I have to, I will manage the rosters for both teams every game. Swing and a miss, it's 2-2. But we'll see what happens. That's up and in. Full count now on Carter. What's for sure, though, is I'm not going to play in 3D mode because this takes so much time. Pop up over to left field, and it's going to be Williams making the catch for the out 2 away, and up comes Ray Knight. It's fun to watch, I suppose, but it would be more fun if this had kind of a facelift. There are all sorts of problems with the presentation. Fouled away by Knight, 0-1. And fouled away to the right side. It's 0-2 on him quickly. You can tell that most people who play this game will maybe play a game in 3D mode like once in a while. Because once you've played 50-something, you start thinking, yeah, there's a problem. And there's a ball low, 1-2 on Ray. Hit over to right center field. I think it's going to fall. No. Altman is there for the catch. So poor luck there for Knight. He hit that one well, but it held up. The wind held it up. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning now. Still 4-2 Cubs. Up comes George Altman. There's a strike knee high, 0-1 on George. And there's a ball low and away, 1-1. A little ground ball over to first base, fielded by Hernandez, who throws over to Berenyi, covering at first for the out, 1 away. Up now, Ernie Banks. I think the jury's still out on the so-called realism of OOTPs. There's a ball outside to Banks. Some things I think are good, other things I think maybe not quite as good. Fly ball to left, and Wilson's got that for the out, 2 away. Up now is Dick Bertel. As I was saying, complete games here in 1962 seem to be off. 0-1 the count, now 1-1 as that miss is just low. Swing and a miss, it's 1-2. And there's another swing and a miss. Berenyi with another strikeout, interesting. So he's starting to pitch well. Must know that I'm frustrated with him. We go to the top of the 7th, still 4-2 Cubs. Here comes Santana once again. And there's a strike of the knees, 0-1. One thing I do want to demonstrate for people, though, is that OOTP is indeed a normal simulation, and that it's not just a bunch of nice-looking graphics and that's all. There's a ground ball to Rogers, who throws to first, 1 away. Here comes Tuffle. And Santana is not hitting well. Tuffle hits this one down the left field line, but just barely foul, 0-1. Boy, he got a lot of that. A lot of frustration there in that bat, and there's a strike outside corner, and that had more of the plate than I thought, 0-2. And that's wrapped up the middle for a base hit, so Tuffle finally figuring out a way to get on base. That'll bring up Bruce Berenyi, and of course he's going to bunt, not much else he can do, and he misses that one, that pitch misses rather, for a ball, 1-0. There is a bunt, it's a bunt back to the pitcher, they only play first base. So he throws over Anderson, that is, throws to first base for the out. I think Banks was covering there, and Tuffle went to second, 2 away. I don't know why they didn't have the infield in. Here comes Dykstra. And that is a swing and a miss for a passed ball? Yes. I don't think I've ever seen that before. So Dykstra swung and missed at that one. It crossed up Bertel, and Tuffle moves to third. 0-1 the count. And there's a ball outside to Lenny, 1-1. Outside again, 2-1. Has low, 3-1 the count. They're going to walk him. Swing and a miss. It's a full count. That was a pitch to swing at. This is popped up to the left side out of play. Still a full count. That's high, I told you. Dykstra gets the walk. That'll bring up Wilson. That's fouled away to the left side. 0-1 on Mookie, sorry. Fouled away again. It's 0-2. Runner goes. Wilson swings and misses, and down he goes. He's walked more frequently than you would expect. We go now to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's still a 4-2 lead. Hard to tell, I know, since we've played so few games, exactly how realistic it is, as Andre Rogers fouls one away, 0-1. And there's a ball outside, 1-1. One thing we do know about the baseball sim world is that computer managers always have a hard time. The 1-2 pitch, that's low, 2-2. That's inside, full count now on Rogers. That's through Tuffle for a base hit. Tim's not a great fielder there, you could see with that, and so we put the infield here in double play depth. I mean, Backman I don't think is necessarily that much better. And the runner goes on the first pitch. That was a strike, and Carter throws him out easily, 1 away. So here now Bertel with nobody on. He's blasted foul, it's 0-2. 0-2 pitch, and there's a swing and a miss, and down he goes. So Bruce now with 7 strikeouts. Where was that earlier? Alex Gramis takes the ball inside, 1-0. I guess his only bad inning was the third. It's hit over to center, and Dykstra walked in and then dove all of a sudden at the last second and made the catch for the out. A little bit of showboating there by Lenny. We go now to the top of the 8th inning. It's still 4-2 Cubs. Up is Keith Hernandez. There's a strike at the knees. Bob Anderson staying in there, 32 pitches. He's tiring, so we might have a chance. And as I say that, Hernandez powers that one into the alley right field, and that's going to be a double for him easily. So Keith gets the double. Leadoff double for Hernandez. That brings up Strawberry. There's not a lot of places to hide in this Mets lineup. Strawberry today is 1 for 3, drove in a run already. Swing and a miss, but he looked bad on that. Changeup 76. He didn't time that right at all. It's inside, 1-1. Swing and a miss, also having a hard time with that changeup. And that's low, 2-2. And down he goes. 3 changeups that he swung on and missed. He just couldn't time it. 1 away, and here comes Carter. That's the way you pitch to that power hitter. You challenge him with a fastball, and he'll take you out of the park. Gary takes a strike, and then hits this one foul to the right side, 0-2. That's low to Carter. I'm surprised that one missed, 1-2. That's up the middle. The pitcher looked like a ghost as that one went straight through him. Landrum's throw, not even a hope. And Hernandez has scored, and that makes this a 4-3 lead, for the Cubs. And here comes Ray Knight. Only 1 away. Up comes Knight, a good hitter, hitting 289. He takes a knuckle curve low. He's driven in 20. He's 1 for 3 today, as Ray. As a ground ball to the left side, they won't have any play anywhere. That bounces off of Rogers. That's going to be error number 4 on the Cubs. And that'll bring up Santana. Santana today is 0 for 2, hitting 197. We're just going to bunt with him. Not even going to think about it. He takes a ball inside, 1-0. And that's low, 2-0. Foul to the right side. By the way, there's been a new pitcher here for the Cubs, Barney Schultz. Again, the game doesn't do a great job of warning me. 2-1 the count. That's foul to the left side, 2-2. This is foul. That's going to stay fair. Throw to first base is in time. That was a very good play there by Santo. But the runners move up. There's 2 away now. Tuffle comes up with runners on second and third. Mets down by 1. Ball inside, 1-0. That's low, 2-0 the count. 3-0 now. And there's ball 4, so Schultz loads him. And now here we go. So what do? Do we take Berenyi out and do we go to the bullpen? That's the big question. I'm not sure if there's an easy way. Now here we go. He's thrown only 92 pitches. Bases are loaded though, and I think we will take him out. With the bases loaded, we will go to George Foster. So Foster comes in here as a pinch hitter. He hasn't hit that well, hitting 184. There's a ball inside, 1-0. That's away, 2-0 to George. Swing and a miss, 2-1. That was a pitch to swing at. It's hit over to right field, and that's deep, but Altman has a beat on that one. And so it doesn't work for us. We go now, in a second, we'll go to the bottom of the 8th. And what are we going to do here? So we have right-handed and then a bunch of lefties. I think we're going to put in Orozco maybe a little bit early. We'll see if we regret this or not. Jesse Orozco comes here into this ball game. Meanwhile, as the Cubs have a, where is the right-handed pitcher, we're putting Wally Backman in. I know this is what Davey Johnson would do. And we're also going to put in Kevin Mitchell to get Santana's weak bat out of that lineup. So now, after all that is done, we go now to the bottom of the eighth inning. Still 4-3 Cubs. Up comes Ken Hubbs, the second baseman, who came in as a replacement. He's tired, but they're playing him. It's a ground ball to third base, 9 to first, 1 away. Normally I put in Howard Johnson, but he's injured. Don Landrum now. And he hits this over to the right side, and that's going to fall in front of Strawberry for a base hit. And so Orozco's given up a hit. He's got only a 1.59 ERA, 5 strikeouts before walks, 11 and a third pitch. And there's a strike in there to Williams, 0-1. Fly ball to center field. It's going to be playable for Dykstra, and there's 2 away. Orozco hasn't pitched that often because we've had good starting pitching somewhat. We've had pitchers pitching deep is what we've had. There's Altman with 2 outs, and he takes a strike. Landrum looked like he was going to steal, but didn't go. And that's hit over to right field. It's going to be a base hit. Lands in front of Strawberry. Landrum's going to stop at second. Interesting choice. So 2 on, 2 out. Here's Ernie Banks, who already has a big home run. Takes the ball inside, 1-0. It's fouled away. It's 1-1. High, 2-1 the count. It's going to be hit over to left. Wilson on his horse gets there in time. And so we go now to the top of the 9th inning. And it's going to be Lenny Dykstra here leading this off for the Mets. And he takes a strike from Schultz, 0-1. Barney Schultz still in there. The ball low, 1-1. He's pitched 2/3. Knuckle curve is low, 2-1. The fastball is low, 3-1 the count. There's a strike. It's a full count now on Lenny. Blasted to center. That's going to be off the wall. Easy double there for Dykstra. And so he leads it off in style. Dykstra is now hitting .352, 2 for 3 today. And he's hitting with quite a bit of power. Here comes Wilson. Wilson already has a double. He's 2 for 4. He fouls that off to the right side, 0-1. Foul the way again, 0-2 now the count. That's hit fair over to right field for a base hit. Dykstra only able to go to third, had to wait on that one. That'll bring up Keith Hernandez. Takes a strike, 0-1. There goes Wilson. He's got this one stolen. 16 steals on the season now for Mookie. So runners now on second and third. Are they going to actually pitch to Hernandez? That's the reason why I stole him. They won't. They will walk him, just as I was thinking. So they walk Keith Hernandez, and that brings up Darryl Strawberry. Nobody out. Tying run on at third. Strawberry takes the ball inside, 1-0. He's 1 for 4. Hit over to center. That's deep enough, I think. Dykstra is going to tag up, and he will advance and score. There's no throw to the plate, and the Mets have tied it. So it's our turn now to get that come from behind tying run in the top of the 9th. We've given that up a couple times. Up now comes Gary Carter with 1 away. The first pitch swing, he pops that up. Playable, I think, for Bertel. Nope, into the seats, 0-1. Foul the way, it's 0-2 now on Carter. That's inside, 1-2 the count. That's up the middle for a base hit, line drive. Here comes Wilson around to score. No, oh, there is a throw to the plate, way late. Runners now on first and second, the Mets up 5-4. And up comes Ray Nice, still only 1 out. Well, Carter gets the big base hit, 37th RBI of the season for Gary, and there's a ball low to Ray, 1-0. Up the middle, base hit. Here comes Keith Hernandez, another fast runner. He's got this throw beaten easily. And it's a 6-4 lead. All the Mets sliding face first. I think that's what OOTP does for whatever reason. That'll bring up Kevin Mitchell, I'm sorry, hitting 173. This is hit foul left side. That's out of play, 0-1. Ground ball over to third. Throw to first base is in time. Good throw by Santo, and the runner is advanced. So runners on at second and third now, and here comes Backman up against the new pitcher, Glenn Hobby. There's a strike to Wally, 0-1, and the ball outside. So they are pitching to him. That's a strike inside, but that was high enough. All the way, 1-2. Low, 2-2. Ground ball, Santo, hard play on to first, but he makes it as well as he can. Mets come up with 3 in that top of the 9th, though. We go to the bottom of the 9th, and Jesse Orozco is still out there. There's Dick Bertel leading this off, takes a curve high, 1-0. There's a strike, 1-1. Ground ball over to Backman. Second baseman throws to first, 1 away. Here comes Andre Rogers. He's a strike of the knees, 0-1. And a ball high, 1-1. It's hit over to left, but Wilson's there, 2 away. Up comes Ron Santo. The ball low to Ron, 1-0. It's golfed over to left. It's right at Wilson, doesn't even have to move, and there's the 3rd out. So the Mets win this one 6-4. It was one of those victories, come from behind win for the Mets. And with that, the Mets improve just a little bit, and all we can really do from here on out is win and just hope that the Dodgers start to stumble. So I'm not sure what this does to the standings. We'll find out about that tomorrow. The Mets beat the Cubs 6-4, come from behind victory. Hope you enjoyed that one, and I'll talk with you again tomorrow. We'll have another one of these. Take care. Bye-bye.